Okay, reading a book in Spanish. And then okay. So it's working? Is it just working? Not sure. But it seems like it's working. Entonces, vamos a empezar. Okay, so I decided to change the book just because I noticed that I wanted to read something that was a little bit more exciting. And not precisely that book is not exciting, but I think that the book that I was reading last week, it wasn't that useful when it comes to teach Spanish, and also I think it's more of a technical book. Still, it's cool. I love it and I want to finish it, but I was considering to actually read something less technical and focus more on something that was a little bit less intense. Let's say it that way. Okay, one more thing. Okay, let me see if I can. Yeah, this is not gonna work, so I just need to. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, all I need to do is to move it here. Okay, cool. I just need to go check on YouTube if everything is fine, and if everything is fine, then I should be starting just in a second. So vamos a leer un libro en español. Ok, y pues nada, es eso. Vamos a leer un libro en español. Y este libro es un libro sobre cuentos terroríficos. Entonces, si te gustan los cuentos de miedo, particularmente a mí no me gustan los cuentos de miedo, pero bueno, no pasa nada. Voy a sobrevivir. Ok, entonces vamos a empezar. So basically, just a quick introduction to this book is that this. Oh, I can actually show you. So this is page number 11. Okay, so let's just move back. This is called Leyendas de Horror. Ooh. So it's a horror legends or horror stories. So of course the word leyenda, at least from my perspective as a Mexican, leyenda, it's like these stories that aren't precisely true, but they have a strong impact in our society, and they come from hearsay probably, but some of them I would say that maybe it's not that they are telling you exactly what happened, but you create these stories out of hearsay, like someone tells somebody else, and then it just keeps going on and on until it becomes like something a little bit surreal. But at the same time, in my own opinion, leyendas can be also true. I mean, you never know. Entonces, Leyendas de Horror. I hope that this book I finish for sure. We're gonna skip the introduction, or I know there's another word for this, but I keep forgetting. And I'm going to finish in 30 minutes. I'm just going to be reading for 30 minutes. Okay. Ooh. Carta a un amigo. All right, so this is the first part. We're going to start reading right away. And this is the spooky time. Okay, so the first one, this legend or leyenda, it's called Carta a un amigo. And we're just going to start right now. And of course, people are doing their fireworks. That's okay. Okay. Si te gustan los cuentos de espantos y aparecidos, encontrarás placer en esta lectura. Wait, no, this is not... Yeah, this is not the first story, though. It's like... Okay, here we go. Cena de Muertos. This is capítulo primero. Cena de Muertos. Okay, so it means like death, the death dinner, the death dinner, or the dead's dinner. I don't even know how to translate it. You guys can help me. Cena de Muertos. All right, let's start. María Calderón de Gómez Farías gusta de maquillarse con paciencia y esmero. La destreza de sus manos muestran la gran habilidad que ha adquirido para lograr un trabajo de embellecimiento que podría decirse alcanza la perfección. Okay, so we're going to start from there. I know many of you already would know most of these words. However, I wanted to emphasize the verb gustar, because probably you've been told for most of the time you've been learning Spanish that when you cannot say, in English you say I like something, so you just put a pronoun, the verb to like, and then the rest of the sentence, whatever you like. In Spanish, there is actually a way to say this, and it's to use the old verb gustar, and it's kind of like original form, which is just using it in the same way that you would use it in English. So in this case, María Calderón de Gómez Farías, which is just the name of this lady, gusta de maquillarse. So take a look at how the verb works. Gustar de. So it's kind of like a phrasal verb, if you will. So I can say, for example, yo gusto de bailar. María gusta de jugar football, or something like that. So, of course, in Spanish, it is more common to say a mí me gusta bailar, a María le gusta jugar fútbol. But in this case, it's interesting. This is an old way of saying that, or using this verb to like, but still you can use it. People use it, and I use it from time to time. As I said, it's not as common, it's not as popular as the other ways of saying that you like something in Spanish. However, it is useful. You can still use it. So María Calderón Gómez Farías de Gómez Farías gusta de maquillarse. So she likes doing, what do you call maquillaje? Makeup. Another word that I wanted to mention is trabajo, or words or sentence, trabajo de embellecimiento. Oops. Here, this one, trabajo de embellecimiento. So embellecer, it's a verb to make something beautiful. So probably some of you already know the word bello, which means beautiful, or you can say bella too. So you can make it into a verb, embellecer, and you can also make it into a noun, just like this example. Un trabajo de embellecimiento would be like a beauty job. Un trabajo de embellecimiento. You could start your own sentence saying something like el embellecimiento de las personas es importante. So, I think you get my point. All right, so let's continue. De pronto, su bello rostro, se demuda en el espejo. Un espectro pasa fugaz. Oh, hold on. De pronto, su bello rostro se demuda en el espejo. Un espectro pasa fugaz. Apenas una sombra oscura que, en cuanto ella da vuelta a la cabeza para confirmar la aparición, ya es ausencia. Okay, so many new words probably, but let's just talk about the fact that I was talking about the word bello. It's just right there. It comes, embellecimiento comes from bello. And de pronto, in case that you don't know this one, de pronto is all of a sudden. De pronto. Okay, let's continue. Quizá un ruido de su esposo que se cambia de ropas en el vestidor la hizo imaginar espectros, se dice. Contempla con desconfianza su mundo habitual, la recámara que les regaló su padre el día de bodas, con muebles Chippendale, no sé cómo se pronuncia, gruesa alfombra y los retratos familiares sobre el buró. Nada anormal, no sucede nada anormal, concluye. Okay, so here basically, so far we've written this story about this lady who does makeup. I guess she's a makeup artist or something like that. And all of a sudden she sees something through her mirror. Like a spectrum or something passing really fast, almost like a flash that she doesn't know exactly what's happening. However, she's like, oh, it might be just my husband. It says, quizá un ruido de su esposo. Maybe her husband, made a noise or something while he was changing his clothes. Now, el vestidor would be I forgot the word in English. El vestidor is like, where you put all your clothes. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. I have one right there. Probably you won't see it, but it's, whatever you put your clothes in, it's I forgot. I use this word a lot, I guess, but I just forgot. Yeah, el vestidor, literally, it comes from the word vestir or the verb vestir. When, it makes sense now when you mention this word vestir, because it's the place where your clothes and you normally would get your clothes from. And then also the word recámara or la recámara. This one is really important because this is another way to say just bedroom or the main bedroom, la recámara. Okay, so apparently so far she's just thinking it's my husband, that maybe he was changing his clothes in the how do you say there's another word, vestidor, armario. Let me check super quick because it's driving me insane. Vestidor. All right, let's check it out. Dressing room? No. Yeah, you could say that. Dressing room. The cabinet? No. Yeah, or I guess the cabinet is another way to say it. Anyway, so, yeah, that would be el vestidor, just a place where you would put your clothes in, where you normally, just go there and get your clothes from el vestidor. All right, let's continue. Con gesto preocupado prosigue la labor interrumpida, recomponiendo una línea al tiempo que se dice que no es nada, que aquel vago presentimiento debe ser olvidado cuanto antes. All right. Se tranquiliza cuando descubre un sobre tirado a sus pies, el cual recoge fastidiada por el desorden de su marido, aunque complacida de poder repasar la carta de invitación. Tenemos el gusto de invitar a usted y a su señora a nuestra cena anual que, con motivo al Día de Muertos, se realizará el martes 2 de noviembre en el salón principal de nuestra empresa. Atentamente, la gerencia. All right, so I want to highlight some things in this part. So basically in this story, she's she's just like, okay, my husband should be doing something out there. That's probably why I saw something, or I heard something. And she's like reading this invitation that they got. Apparently it comes from her husband's job. And it says, tenemos el gusto, we have the pleasure de invitar, to invite a usted y a su señora. So I wanted to focus on this expression, su señora, because it's very, this is like an old way of, probably this book is not too modern. Like probably I would say it's around 40-50 years old at least. It's been the idea of using a lot of like fancy words, and also they are really polite and all that. It tells me that the book is not super modern. It's not like our days. However, su señora, when they say invitar a usted y a su señora, it's like, your lady. Like, we want to invite you. Remember that the word usted, it's normally used in formal situations. So when you say y su señora, it's like with a lot of respect, saying and your lady, which could be also your wife. A nuestra cena anual, que con motivo al Día de Muertos se realizará el martes 2 de noviembre en el salón principal de nuestra empresa. Now, the word atentamente, that normally we would type it as ATTE, and then we would just put a little period, yeah. So that is a way normally we would type this word atentamente. So we are letting them know who wrote this and how much attention they are paying to you by sending you or giving you this invitation. So it's like when you say atentamente, it's like you are really telling them how much they are paying attention to you, how much they want to serve you. Like, hey, we are here. We are paying attention to anything you need. If you're coming to our cena anual, which is like an annual dinner because of the El Día de Muertos, then we are so pleased to have you here. We're gonna treat you so well. All right, let's continue reading a little bit more. Debajo, con letra manuscrita, se lee: María, dígale a Emilio que no pueden faltar. Y luego estampada la firma del dueño de la empresa en la cual labora su marido. All right, a few interesting things here. The first one that I wanted to pick on is the word labora. That in this case is clearly a verb. So I know most of us know the verb trabajar, which is to work, but in Spanish you can also use the word laborar, which is they are almost even. Of course, most people would only teach trabajar when it comes to translate or when it comes to work, but you can also say laborar. Maybe it's a difficult one, so most people would avoid it to pronounce, but it's also a useful word. So okay, that's the only one that I wanted to mention. Let's keep reading. María sonríe agradecida por el detalle personal en la invitación y se apresura. Now, I would love to know how much, at this point, whoever is listening or reading on my YouTube channel too, that you can also do that. If you want to just go to my YouTube channel, you're gonna see also the words. The problem with Hello Talk is that I cannot just share the book here. It's really uncomfortable trying to copy and paste little pieces of text, and especially since these books are totally on my computer, and I cannot just it's not a PDF. So anyway, if you want to go to my YouTube channel and read actually the book along, you're more than welcome to do that. But of course, you don't have to do it. I just do this for fun. So I'm also learning new ways of practicing my English here. So what happened? Okay, I guess that will be the end for Hello Talk. However, we're gonna be reading for 10 more minutes and let's see what happens. Oh, look at my hair. How beautiful. Alright, that doesn't matter, right? Okay, so, and also the word debajo, which is under. So basically, they get this invitation, the lady gets to read it, and basically saying that, the name of the lady, remember, is Maria, and below or under the invitation, there is there are some lines that read, Maria, tell Emilio, dígale a Emilio. This is a really formal way to say tell him. Que no pueden faltar, that you guys cannot miss out, that you guys cannot skip this annual dinner. So the word faltar, which is a verb, it's kind of like tricky a little bit sometimes. So at least I wanted to remember that you can tell someone no puedes faltar. It's like you cannot be absent. You have to come. No puedes faltar. So when you use the verb faltar, it means that there is something that is not there. Like it has its own place, and the thing that's supposed to go there is not there. So, when you tell someone no puedes faltar, it means like you cannot just skip it. Like you already have a place there. You have to be there, because otherwise, who is going to be there instead of you? Kind of like a weird idea to explain it, but that's how it works. And maybe you guys can help me a little bit more. Sometimes I don't know how to explain certain things. However, yes, you can tell someone no puedes faltar, like you cannot miss out, you cannot skip it, you have to be there. Yeah, let's continue reading. Am I speaking out loud? I'm sorry. Maybe I am speaking out loud. Okay. El interior del cuarto de los niños es azul oscuro, casi negro en el techo y una pared, y rosa que de tan claro parecería blanco en las 3 restantes. Una de las repisas está colmada de juguetes. Hay motivos infantiles por doquier. La nana está tratando de atraparlos mientras el mayorcito, un muchacho rubio con aproximadamente 12 años de edad, salta y ríe a su alrededor. All right, so I'm picturing this, like this probably afternoon. This lady is getting ready. She's doing her makeup, You know, she sees some weird stuff, hears some crazy stuff. She thinks that maybe it's just, you know, her husband that was making some weird noises. She's reading an invitation for the El Día de los Muertos. They got invited. She's hurrying. By the way, the word se apresura, ella se apresura means like she hurries. Se apresura. And what else? And now, like I said, I see la nana, which is like the lady who takes care of the kids or her kids. She's trying to catch them, atraparlos. And also one of them, which is el mayorcito, the older, the older little. I don't know how to translate that though. And then they describe this little kid, un muchacho rubio. So he is a blonde teenager probably, and he's around 12 años de edad, 12. He's around 12, and he's just smiling, he's just laughing, and that's basically what's happening. Juan, ya quédate quieto, pide la nana. La niña, un par de años menor, se encuentra revolcándose en el piso, muerta de la risa por la travesura de su hermano al que idolatra e imita en todo cuanto hace. All right, and with this, we are going to just finish reading today. However, I'm going to explain a few things before we finish, and that is this expression, Juan, quédate quieto. It's really important. It's really useful, honestly. It means stay still or just stop for a second. Oh, I would translate it, me personally, a good way to translate ya quédate quieto is like stay still already. Like, you know, la nana, the lady who's taking care of the little kids, she's like running around trying to catch them because, you know, everybody needs to be ready for this fancy dinner, and the mom apparently doesn't care too much about her kids, and like I guess la nana, that's her job to do that. So when she says Juan, ya quédate quieto, she's like, please just stay still. Probably she's like combing his hair or something like that. I don't know. She just wants him to stop running around. And then it comes the time to describe the other kid, which happens to be a girl, and it says un par de años menor, so a couple of years younger. Se encuentra revolcando. Oh, this one is really important. Revolcarse. She is revolcándose en el piso. So even though, let me see if I can find the word revolcarse in English. Wallowing. I'm not sure if that's the word. This translator lately hasn't been working that well. So yeah, so basically this verb revolcarse is like when especially it happens when someone is on the ground and it's just like, you know, like spinning around or just spinning and like moving their legs if it's an animal or a person, and they're just like, you know, making a mess. And probably this would work especially or it would be remarkable when we are talking about a little girl who's probably already ready to go to this fancy dinner, and she's just like spinning and on the floor and she's getting dirty and all that. So revolcarse is literally just like spin like a crazy person, and, you know, just being on the ground and being playful, I guess. And then when they say muerta de la risa, this could be translated literally as she is dying of laughter or out of laughter, which is something really popular in Spanish, at least in Mexico, from the area that I come from. It is very common to use this expression. You can say something like "Estoy muerto de la risa" while you're laughing, or even when you're texting. That's a good one. Estar muerto de la risa. And the word travesura, I knew this word actually. Here we go. Let's revolcarse. Wallow in, wallow, roll over. Oh, a roll over could be revolcarse. But this is wallow in, so you guys can tell me if that's correct. And finally, travesura. That is mischief. I guess that would be a good way to say this. So yeah, so far we've been reading about this story of this family that apparently they're getting ready for a fancy dinner for El Día de los Muertos, and this lady is big into makeup. We don't know anything really about the husband besides the fact that she thinks that maybe he was just around the house making some noises. And also we know that they have 2 kids. One of them is a blonde 12-year-old kid, and the other one is actually a girl that's a little bit younger. And also they have a fancy nana, which is, just like a... How do you say nana, though? Let me see if we can... I guess it could be a nanny, too. The nanny. Oh, yeah, there you go. And she's just trying to make sure that the kids are presentable for the fancy dinner. And that's it. That's going to be everything for this time. I hope you have a great day, and come tomorrow to read with me another part of this interesting book. Yeah, that's all for today.